All right, Thursday, February 8th, we are looking at a quick session recap here, starting out with ES. Came into the session this morning during the pre-market prep live stream talking about the potential and the probability of an inside day. Now, I've said this a bunch of times, but just to reiterate, anytime we have a big expansion move in the index, anytime you see some type of daily breakout, or any type of move that is greater than 1 ATR, you want to start to expect some volatility contraction. There's a volatility expansion move. Price is expanding. Following expansion moves, what you're going to see is contraction, and the cycle continues and continues and continues throughout time. It's always what we see. So we had that big expansion move last Friday. You have Monday an inside day. Tuesday, another inside day, consecutive inside days. Yesterday, we see the breakout. There's your expansion move. Today, another inside day. So what I was looking for today was how price traded versus the prior day high and the prior day structure low, as well as the 5K level. So you could see price never even tested that 5K level, just continuing to find responsive buyers versus that prior day structure level. That prior day value area low marked the low of today's session and pretty much just chopped around within that prior day value area. So for tomorrow, what we want to see is how price essentially trades versus this ultra tight range right through here. 5,020 by essentially 5,005, maybe a little bit of extra breathing room there back into the prior breakout point at 5K. So we'll call it 5K by 5,020. That is a half of an ATR move, pretty tight range. Now, one of the things I've been talking about this week is the fact that this week did not have a lot of catalysts. We're more than likely going to see the choppier action that we have been seeing. Monday, some decent action there, but Tuesday, pretty choppy, right? Wednesday, we had some decent opportunities. And Thursday, today, more chop. So anytime the economic calendar is looking a little bit dry, you don't really have those big catalyst economic data prints, that's a time that you probably want to be doing less, leaning off the keys, looking for those better entries and really playing more defense with how you're approaching the market. Tomorrow is no exception. We do not have any major catalyst for tomorrow. The next major catalyst is going to be next week with CPI. So that'll definitely, most likely, rather be a market moving event that we'll be keeping an eye on. As far as, again, what we're looking at for tomorrow, we just want to see a break of today's range, right? Up through 50-20, we're going to be looking at 50-30, maybe 50-50. Break below today's low puts us back into the prior breakout point. Probably not much of an opportunity there, but back into 5K. We'll see if buyers are responsive at that 5K level again. If it fails, we're back into that prior range, and we want to be looking for a potential gap fill there from Wednesday's gap higher. Expecting a relatively slow session again tomorrow. As far as NQ, pretty similar, right? As far as what we're looking at, we did have that breakout yesterday on NQ, very similar to what we see in ES. Now just a little bit more of an extension move up above that prior day high, but you can see no real follow through on that action, just chopping around that prior day's range. So similar approach to NQ tomorrow as well, looking for a break of today's range. That 17,800 level down below remains the key level to keep an eye on. As a reminder, if you zoom out, you'll see the structural importance here of that level on NQ. That was the prior breakout point. It was actually tested this morning, retested this morning during the pre-market overnight session, and that led to a pretty nice bounce if you had nailed the low there. So nice action there if you do actually include the overnight session. NQ was trading a little bit cleaner today versus what we saw in ES. Nonetheless, still looking for that same type of setup for tomorrow, a break of today's what we'll call an inside day. As far as individual names, we have 4 on the list. 4 names hit the scans here. We're looking at AFRM. There's going to be a post-earnings idea. It does report earnings here after the close. Pretty nice action today. We'll see if buyers show any follow-through following that earnings report. We have Disney with a second day. This was on the watch today. Strength up through 107.70 for that 110 and 112. That one worked out perfectly. Let's see if we get the continuation, the second day play tomorrow. We also have Net. I believe this reports, yep, after the bell as well. So looking for post-earnings play in Net, and then PayPal reported yesterday, gapping down, looking for that second day continued weakness during tomorrow's session. Let's see that first day profile actually. Yeah, so we'll be trading this versus today's profile today's volume point of control at 56 for that second day play in PayPal. That's pretty much it. Overall, pretty slow day in the index, but it was expected. Remember, anytime, if you had some challenges today getting chopped up, always remember, anytime you see that expansion move, you want to come into the next session expecting a bit of contraction, expecting a bit of a tighter market, and that's going to help you really make sure your entries are pinpoint or just staying in cash. A day like today for a developing trader is a great day to just be staying in cash, focusing on that no trade day, and really preserving the mental capital for better trading opportunities. Days like today are a great way to really throw money away with price action not really giving worthwhile setups, to be totally honest. So something to keep in mind for the future. If you did struggle today, you want to be really aware of what the conditions are showing you and what the environment is actually offering us. So that's about it. Hope everyone had a great session. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a direct message in the Traders Think Tank. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow morning for the pre-market prep live stream. Have a great evening. Later.